All right, welcome back. This is the Day Show, and it's time for Spotlight. So Spotlight is where we highlight the activities of one individual or a group of people who are doing amazing in whichever society they find themselves, and they're giving off their best, sacrificing to make life easier for people around them. And today we're speaking to a young lady who during her service decided to patch torn uniforms for children in some very underprivileged communities. I remember I visited her in Sunyani about a year ago, and I was really, really blown away. Val, the sewing teacher, is here, everybody. And she's in her uniform, school uniform. What class are you in? Good to have you. How are you doing?
Yeah, please, I'm fine.
Good to see you. I'm fine, thank you. Okay. Of course, you're wearing this to show the work that you've been doing.
Please.
But for a lot of people who don't know exactly why you've been invited here, tell me about why you decided as a national service personnel to patch torn uniforms of students.
Okay. I was posted to Instructor SDA Basic School for my national service.
After studying what, by the way?
Diploma in Basic Education.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I reached the school, I realized that some of the students, they come to school with torn uniforms. So I took it upon myself to get a sewing machine, then to stitch out the worn-out uniforms for them.
So it's not as if you have like a
No,
sewing background or anything?
No, please, no.
You just saw that and you were moved by it?
Yes, please.
But one would have said that you could have just gone online and sought for some help to replace their uniforms. Why did you decide to sew it for them?
Okay. At a point in time, some of the uniforms were, it was torn. It wasn't all that damaged.
Okay.
So at that one, you can even do it. But the ones that were totally damaged, I need to replace them with a new one. So that was when I posted it on my page and started to solicit for funds.
Okay.
So that, I do
And a lot of people came to your help?
Yes, please. Yeah.
And you were able to what, replace those uniforms eventually?
Yes, please.
How many uniforms do you think you were able to patch? Because you were there for what, a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was there for 2 years.
Oh, 2 years?
Yeah. So mainly students, because after I did my school, I realized that some of the schools in my community still need that help. So I extended that help to the schools too. Yeah.
So you were moving from one community to another?
From one school to another.
How are you funding this? Because national service doesn't pay much.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
were you getting at the end of each month?
559.
559?
Yeah.
How were you able to buy a sewing machine?
And then I borrowed the sewing machine. It wasn't for me, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
You borrowed it?
Yes.
But how were you able to fund your movements from one community
so
to another?
Before I go to a school, I'll first of all speak with my headmaster to alert the head that someone will be coming there to help the kids. So the headmaster will communicate with the students so that they'll know that I'll be coming there. Yeah, so that's how it started.
That's how. So how many schools have you visited? Do you remember?
Okay, by then I visited about 8 schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're still doing that?
Yeah, I'm still doing it.
What is it now? Are you still patching uniforms? Are you doing a lot more than that?
I'm still patching. I'm still sewing new uniforms for those that are totally damaged, that they need a new uniform. Yeah.
How bad is the situation in some of these rural communities?
It's very bad. For instance, Tamale, for instance, I visited there, that was last month ago. I donated about 150 something uniforms to the peoples with belts and books and sanitary pads.
Oh, she deserves a round of applause for this. And books and sanitary pads.
Yeah.
So it's moved just beyond uniforms
beyond
to
uniforms
educational
and books,
materials and even things relating to health.
Yes, please.
How are you getting all these?
Okay, when I post it on maybe my handle and someone sees it and maybe the person is pleased, the person will want to maybe donate to help that's the thing that you are doing. Yeah.
So how did you get the name The Sewing Teacher? Who gave you that name?
Okay, actually it was one man. I posted about, I think I needed a sewing machine by then. So that was when I started tagging you under the post. Yeah, so I posted it and someone wrote scammer.
Oh.
And the man was like, oh, you don't even know her, you are calling her a scammer. So he came into my DM and was like, oh, okay, why don't you create a page and then as you are sewing, you can even use the name The Sewing Teacher so that people will know that you are not a scammer.
Yeah.
That you are even helping the needy and the less privileged. So I created a page and named it The Sewing Teacher. Yeah, so
And that's how it came to stay.
Yes, please.
And I know there are so many people who are donating constantly to help you provide for these students.
Yes, please.
Usually when you go and do the donation to these schools, how do they feel?
Oh, the children, they'll be pleased. Yeah, because I've been able to at least ease a burden for them. So
how does it make you feel?
Oh, I always feel happy because doing this, seeing the smiles on their face motivates me to do more. So I always feel happy. Yeah.
Well, you're done with your national service now.
Yeah, I'm done.
Have you been posted?
Yes, please.
Where are you teaching now?
Currently, I'm at Achimota in the Eastern region.
Okay. Yeah. Is the situation that dire in those areas as well?
Yes. Yeah.
So you're still doing this?
Yes, I'm still.
Is this now an NGO? What is it exactly?
Okay, I've registered it as an NGO. Yeah.
And you are soliciting for the help for all these students.
Please. Yeah.
But being a teacher is already difficult. How are you managing this alongside, you know, giving back
I use my break time and my free time to do that. Yeah.
Wow.
So when it's break and maybe I want to go to maybe Presby school, I will seek for, I write a letter to my head, then I go.
And then you go there.
Yes, please.
How can we reach you? If anybody wants to support you at this point.
Okay. My telephone number, or maybe the person can reach out to me through Instagram or Facebook. Yeah.
Give us those details then. What's your number?
So my number is 024 1155 507.
Again, 024
024 1155 507.
And on Instagram?
On Instagram too is Amaval the sewing teacher.
Amaval the sewing teacher.
Yes,
You're
please.
also on Facebook,
Yes,
right?
Please, yeah.
Amaval the sewing teacher. When is your next donation?
Soon.
It's
yeah,
soon, right?
Yeah.
So you can send any material at all, I mean, especially relating to kids.
Yes.
So books.
Books, sanitary pads. And nowadays, I mean, when you go to some of the villages, some people don't have even the clothing that they wear. It's very pathetic, yeah. So nowadays, I've been taking in used clothing that are nice. Yeah, so that
I see. Well, this is beautiful, and I wish you the very best. I hope that a lot of people come to your aid and support all those students and pupils in the schools across the country. This is just a young woman, and she's using her position to change the lives of children around the country. You may not be physically there to support, but whatever help you can give her, please do. We're so proud of you. Keep it up. Are you not proud of her? Well, yeah, so that is Amaval, and we spotlighted her today. Next week, it could be another person doing something incredible. If you know that person, please tag them under the Day Show post or under TV3 or even at Berla Mundi, also on Instagram, and let's spotlight that person. We'll be back with a lot more. It's so good to see you, darling. Keep it up. All right, keep watching. We'll be back.